Hey, shalom, 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 lakum. First and foremost, I want to say, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Right, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father in the Paleo Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai, his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles that labored in this truth before me and taught me this truth. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Right, I just want to go into a mindset you have to have in this truth. You know what I mean? Something I learned in this truth, man. It's all about endurance, right? And complacency is your greatest enemy in this truth, man. Because as soon as you get complacent, you gotta understand, man, you either get better or you get worse. There's no staying the same, right? Whenever you're not working the spirit, you start to lose what the spirit was giving you. Why? Because the Most High God, he's looking for laborers. He's looking for workmen, right? Master builders, right? That's where we're striving to be, right? This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 13. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved, right? And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness into all nations, and then shall the end come, right? So this word has to go out. And until then, we're not guaranteed salvation, man. We're not guaranteed to be on those chariots, right? It don't matter how many years of work you done put in, right? How hardships you done gone through. If you don't endure to the end, it's all for nothing, man. Right? Let's get this. Let's go to Ezekiel, the 18th chapter. Right? This is Ezekiel 18. And I'm going to start at 23. It says, Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, saith the Lord Yahweh, and not that he should return from his ways and live? Right? This is talking about the Israelites, because when you go to the top of the verse, it tells you Ezekiel 18:1. It says, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, what mean ye that you use this proverb concerning the land of Israel, saying, the fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set at edge. Right? As I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, ye shall not have occasion anymore to use this proverb in Israel. So this is talking about the Israelites, man. Right? So the Most High God, he really don't have pleasure in his children, you know what I mean, his chosen people going through it. But for the sake of the kingdom, for the sake of, you know what I mean, of purging out weakness, purging out wickedness, we had to go through what we had to go, what we went through as a people, these so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, man. The Israelites had to be brought to a lower state so we can see what it takes to be a ruler, right? We've seen Esau, Edom, right? Really, if you can receive it, man, we've been through all the kingdoms, man, because we had to be reincarnated. We had to come back, die, come back again, man. But in this time, we didn't see with the so-called white man Esau, Edom, how he rules and how it's just a wicked way to rule. How this man has no idea how to take care of the earth, how to take care of his own people, let alone his servants, right? Because we've all been subjected to Esau, Edom, right? The Most High God set up the basis of men to rule over us, right? Let's get this. Let's go back to verse. So Ezekiel 18:23 says, Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, said the Lord Yahweh, and not that he should return from his ways and live, right? So because this whole chapter is talking about us returning back to the laws, man. Us returning back to the commandments of the Lord and following his ways and not the ways of the world, man. Coming back with a contrite heart and you know what I mean, striving your best to please the Lord in all that you do, man. Your life, like the scriptures tell you to present your body a living sacrifice. And when you think about it, everything you do, every decision you make should be pleasing to the Lord, man. Right? I pray that, the life I live is pleasing to the Lord, man. That I walk with integrity. Right? So that when the Most High God sees you, and you know what I mean, you're supposed to be a living sacrifice, that it's a sweet savor unto the Lord, man. He's pleased with your ways. That's how you get blessings. Right? Verse 24. It says, but when the righteous turn away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? All his righteousness that he have done shall not be mentioned. In his trespass that he hath trespassed, and in his sin that he hath sinned, in them shall he die. Right? And I bring this up to say, because the whole point of this lesson is about endurance, man. It don't matter how many good works you do. That one time you decide to go off, right? That could be it for you. You know, I mean, we know the Lord is merciful, but you don't want to use up all that mercy, man. You want to have mercy for things you can't control, right? You might not be able to control working on the Sabbath. That's what you want your mercy for, right? You might not be able to go. Most of us can't go slaughter a lamb for Passover. That's what you want your mercy for, right? You might slip up and get angry at a brother, and now you mad at him at your heart. That's what you want your mercy for, bro. And you want to be able to come back from that, man. You don't want to, you know what I mean? You want the Lord to be like, when you pray to the Lord, he heals you, right? Because a grudge is a curse on yourself. You understand that? Because when you have a grudge on a brother, that's a sin. You're breaking the law, right? But sometimes that spirit of anger could be so strong on you that it caused you to go off, and now you missing the chariots because you couldn't control your spirit, right? But when you have the right mindset, the Most High God will heal you, right? So that you're not missing out on the kingdom, man. Because the kingdom is going to be much greater than anything we have on this earth. When you going through shit, when you know what I mean, catching hell, man, catch that hell with a smile, because we know what's coming next, right? We know the beauty of what's coming next, man. Right? But you got to endure. You got to have that mindset of, you know what I mean, what's to come is better than what's been. You can't be in your head being a woe is me spirit, so much so that you know what I mean, you can't focus on getting to the kingdom, right? You let the spirit of heaviness take over your whole life. Now you fucking up in different aspects, right? So let's go here, right? And you know what I mean, part of the endurance is putting in work. You got to continue to put your brick in, man. No matter what your lot is, you might not be a teacher, but the Most High God requires you to be girded up. He requires you to be in the scriptures studying, right? Praying, fasting, you know what I mean? Giving alms if you can. Why? Because that's your form of tithing now, right? You need to be tithing your time to the Lord, right? Getting in those scriptures is tithing your time to the Lord, setting aside time for the Lord, man. Especially if you're a teacher, you need to be doing the work, right? You can't just go out once a week and the rest of the week you're not doing nothing, man. You're not increasing in the spirit. You're not increasing in knowledge. You're not praying to the Lord, right? You're not building up the spirit. If you get content, man, hey, man, you're going to lose every time, right? Contentment, being content is the opposite of growth, right? So let's get this in Exodus 36. We'll start at verse 1. It says, then wrought Bezalel and Aholiab and every wise-hearted man in whom Yahweh put wisdom and understanding to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary, according to all that Yahweh had commanded, right? And the first thing I notice about this, right, the Most High God will put the spirit on you to make you a skilled worker, right? And that's what a lot of people don't understand. People will sit here and pray to the Lord for money, pray to the Lord for, you know what I mean, a roof over their head. But how many people are praying for the ability to go out and work? Lord, give me the skill to go out and work. Not, hey, Lord, let me win the lottery. Hey, Lord, give me a girlfriend. Give me a wife. Give me a rib. Instead of saying, hey, Lord, give me the characteristics of a leader. Give me wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Right? Make me a better teacher for your flock so I can feed the sheep. Right? You got to watch what you're praying for. Because the Lord he will bless you, but you got to please him with what you're praying for. You don't just pray for the end result. You pray for the tools to get to the end result. Right? That's what pleases the Lord, man. How Solomon, he prayed for wisdom to take care of his people, right? And understanding to rule his people. And then everything was added unto him, man. Seek ye first the kingdom, right? Let's get there real quick. Right? Because Even in the truth, man, people fail to realize how cold the Most High God is, man. What he can do for you. You be worried about little bitty ass shit, man. You supposed to be a God on this earth, and you worry about paying your bills. Don't you know if you come to the Lord in the right, the right spirit, your bills gonna get paid, man. Right? But you gotta, in this hell, man, you gotta be willing to put in work, and you gotta be making sure you putting in the work for the Lord, bro. Right? If you're not putting in the work for the Lord, how you think he's gonna reward you, man? You got all these excuses why you can't come to camp, why you can't do videos, why you can't study, why you can't pray, why you never fast. You know what I'm saying? You got all these excuses of why you can't do something instead of figure out how you can do something. Right? How can you find some time to put in some time for the Lord, man? Right? Let's get this start here at Matthew 6. I'll just get the point I wanted. It's the book of Matthew chapter 6 and verse let's go. I just got 28. It says, "And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field and how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these," right? We're not tripping over designer, man. Hey, the Most High God could drip us out to designer. That ain't shit, man. Right? All we care about is this truth. Right? And if the Most High God give us riches, hey, that's fine, man. But we throw those riches, and these riches don't have a hold on us. We're not about to be out here going to Diddy parties to get rich. Hell no, man. We got the riches in the kingdom, man. That's what we looking forward to. All this shit in this earth is trinkets, man. And you got to have that mindset, right? The Most High God give you an opportunity to make $1 million at a job, cool, man. But that's not going to change you. Why? Because we got the kingdom to look forward to. And we know the Most High God can take it all and give it to us back again. We ain't worried about none of that. That's why when you pray, you pray for things that the world can't take from you. The world can't take your wisdom. The world can't take your understanding. Can't take the knowledge, right? Can't take your the spirit of prophecy, right? The world can't take none of that from you. They can take your raiment. They can take your money, right? They can take the whip. They can take the world can take your woman, right? Ultimately, the Most High God is the one that allows these things to happen. But that's why you pray to the Lord for the intangibles, the things that, are going to endure forever. Right? We want wisdom unto salvation. That's what we're looking forward to, is the kingdom. Right? Verse 30, it says, Wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye a little faith? Right? So you gonna catch hell in this truth, man. But you gotta have faith to endure, man. You gotta see the the rainbow, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? You worried about so focused on what's happening right now instead of taking the lessons that you're getting from right now, man. Staying in the scriptures, staying girded up in the spirit so that you can get through what you're going through. Because you don't understand, man. Hey, there's right hand angels and there's left hand demons, man. And the left hand is trying to get you to go off, right? The right hand is going to gird you up. That's what's going to keep you going, man. And the Most High God gave you a whole book, 80 books in the Holy Scriptures, man, specifically for his people. You Israelites, you got to take advantage of that. You can't be having your Bible on the nightstand catching dust. Nah, man, you got to be continuously in that, man. You got to be beating that book up. Right? The scriptures tell you when you find a man of wisdom, you should be beating at his doorsteps. You know what I mean? I'm paraphrasing. That's the scriptures. The scriptures is a bunch of men of wisdom speaking to you through the spirit. Right? You got to take advantage of that. Verse 31 says, Therefore take no thought, saying, What shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. Right? We can't be like the Gentiles. Right? When the MOTB comes, that mark of the beast, that microchip come, man, and you can't eat. You watching your family starve, your kids crying, right? What you gonna say, man? The Gentiles worry about that shit. The Most High God got us, man. Because if you take that mark, you destroy it, right? So this type of faith, this is why you got to be building up your faith. Because the scripture just told you, oh, ye of little faith. They the ones worried about food. They the ones worried about clothing, right? This is the time to be building that up. You got to, hey, you know what I mean? The Most High God, he'll make a way out of no way, right? And if you don't got that type of spirit in the perilous times that are up ahead, hey, man, you're finished. You're going to take that chip and you be done, right? So you got to be in the right mindset, right? We're not in the spirit of telling our people, hey, it don't matter what the mark of the beast is. As long as my heart's right, I'm not going to take it. Hell no, bro. You need to build up your spirit now because people have no idea what's coming, right? Our people have no idea the rock of the dawns that's coming. So if you know what the mark of the beast is and you're watching, you're praying, you understand prophecy, hey, man, you're in a good case. Keep it up, man. Endure. Keep putting in that work because the times that are coming is going to be perilous. Right? Verse 33 says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Right? Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Right? So, hey, man, you know what I mean? While we're looking forward to the kingdom, man, just enjoy this day. Right? Do what you got to do in this day, man. Stay in the scriptures. Stay building up the spirit, right? Roll with the punches, man. You might go through some shit today. Hey, at the end of the day, man, you go home, kick your feet up. You know what I mean? Watch a video. You know what I mean? Watch TV. Do whatever you got to do. But, hey, get to those scriptures because that's what's going to gird up your spirit and get you ready for the next day, right? Allow you to, you know what I mean, fight through the evils that, you know what I mean, are presented to you. Right, so let's go back here to Exodus 36 and 2. It says, and Moses called Bezalel and Aholab and every wise-hearted man in whose heart Yahweh had put wisdom, even everyone whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. Right. So right now it's talking about, you know what I mean, they're building up the tabernacle, you know what I mean, pitting the you know, like the garments, the candlesticks, all the things that's required for the Lord's tabernacle. Right. And if you understand the scriptures, right, let me get this real quick. Amos 9 and 11, right? It says, in that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will rise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. Right? So that's what's being built right now, the tabernacle of David, man. The holy temple, right? Because when you go to the book of Revelation, right, I believe the 21st verse, right, Revelation 21 and 1, it says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Right? And when you understand the scriptures, man, you understand that new heaven and new earth, that temple, is the Israelites. That's the elect, right? They are the new city. That's the tabernacle of David being built up, right? So when we go back to Exodus, you see these men are being called to do the work of building up the tabernacle again, right? I'm gonna explain why that's important, right? But when you go here to verse 3, it says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their God. Right? So it tells you right here, the tabernacle of God is with men. Right? So that tabernacle being built now is the people. That's the people coming in. Right? Coming into this truth. Repenting. Right? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 1. It says, and there was given a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall be tread underfoot 42 months. Right? So it's telling you right here, the angel has a rod, a measuring rod. He's measuring the temple of the Lord, which is the people, right? The elect. The outer court is for the Gentiles. So hey, the Gentiles, the other nations don't got no part of this temple, man. It's only for the elect, right? When you get 1 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, and verse 9, it says, for we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building, right? We're the building. You jump down to verse 16. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you, right? So the people are the temple, man. So in this time, that's what we're doing. We're building up the temple, right? Everybody's putting their brick in it, however you got to do it, right? If it's alms, if it's teaching, if it's prophesying, right? Everybody's got to be putting that work in, and you got to continuously put that work in. You can't get content, man. You got to keep on building your, putting your brick in daily, right? It's not something you get complacent with, man. You got to be like an athlete, right? If you're trying to win a championship, you're going to put that work in daily. If someone told you, I got $100 million contract for you, you're going to put that work in, right? You're going to do what's necessary to get that money. The kingdom is going to be much more than $100 million contract. We're going to get to dwell with Yahweh Shai, right? Rule with Yahweh Shai in the earth, right? With the Messiah. We're going to have the riches of the Gentiles. It tells you that all through Isaiah, right? All throughout the scriptures, really, right? So it's imperative you keep on putting in that work. Watch this, man. So where we at? So Exodus 36:3 says, and they received the Moses. Matter of fact, I'll go back up to 2. It says, and Moses called Bezaleel and Aholab and every wise-hearted man in whose heart Yahweh had put wisdom, even every one whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work to do it, right? So Most High God put the spirit on these brothers to come do the work. And on women too, the Akim and the Akwa, right? The spirit is on them to come do this work. The Most High God has to stir that up in you to come do that work, right? You have to be called. But the scriptures tell you, many are called, few are chosen, right? You want to be chosen. We don't know if we chosen, so we got to continue to put that work in, man. Don't get complacent. Don't think you know enough, right? Verse 3 says, and they received of Moses all the offering which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary to make it withal. And they brought yet unto him free offerings every morning, right? So they bring offerings of work every morning, man, right? Verse 4 says, and all the wise men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary came every man from his work which they made. And they spoke unto Moses, saying, the people bring much more than enough for the service of the work which Yahweh commanded to make, right? So the Most High God commanded a certain amount of work to come. They said these people didn't brought too much. They brought much more, right? Watch what he says. It says, verse 6, and Moses gave commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, let neither man nor woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. So the people were restrained from bringing, right? Let's get this in the NLT real quick. Right, it says, so Moses gave command, and this message was sent throughout the camp. Men and women, don't prepare any more gifts for the sanctuary. We have enough. So the people stopped bringing their sacred offerings, man. Right? It says, for the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make it, and too much. Right? You know what I mean? It says, in the NLT, it says their contributions were more than enough to complete the whole project. Right? But I like how it said in the KJV, it says, you know what I mean, the stuff they had was sufficient, and it was too much. Right? They put extra work in, man. Right? You can never go far enough to please the Lord, man. They put so much work in. Hey, Moses had to make a commandment. Hey, y'all, stop. Y'all doing too much. Y'all putting in too much work. Man, that's what you want the Lord to say to you, not you didn't do enough. Hell no, man. Right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 43 and 30. It says, when ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can. For even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not worried, for ye can never go too far, right? You can never go far enough, right? And that's the type of worker you got to be for the Lord, man. Y'all go bust your ass, work double overtime, double overtime, triple overtime for Esau Edom and his debt and his green papers with slave masters on it. But when it comes to the Lord, you want to pit bare minimum. You got reasons, all these excuses why you can't make it to the feast day. Why you can't, help a brother out. A devoted brother, someone you know is solid, right? Why you can't get in the scriptures? Why you can't pray? You know what I mean? Why you could? Oh, David told me I couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it. Nah, man. All those excuses, man. You need to do more work. You need to go above and beyond. Hey, you wanted to be said in the heavens. Hey, man, he did too much work. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? The Most High God put you in charge of damn 20 cities. Why? Because you did too much work. You went above and beyond, man. The bare minimum ain't enough, man. We fighting to be the 144,000. Lord willing, we the 1/3, but you should be fighting to be the 144,000, man. You shouldn't be content with like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna try to get on the chariot. I'm just trying to be a 1/3. Hopefully I can, I can be 1/3. I don't really want to be a ruler. Nah, man, that's not a kingdom mindset. You shoot for the 144,000, and if you don't make it, but you get on the chariot, that's beautiful. Right, but to be shooting for the bottom, nah, bro, you should be shooting for the top, man. Because you might put in so much work you might put in a Kobe level work, Jordan level work, and guess what? You'd have had so many sins in your life that it wasn't even enough to make the chariot, man. Right? You did enough to get hit by a nuke. You know what I mean? You got to think about that. We're not guaranteed to make it, man. So you gotta put as much work as you can, man. Let's go back here. I'm gonna read this in the NLT and I'm gonna close out. Right. So Exodus, or matter of fact, let's see what the AMP says. Exodus 36. Exodus 36 and 1 in the NLT says, the Lord has gifted Bazaleel and Aholiab and the other skilled craftsmen with wisdom and ability to perform any task involved in building the sanctuary. Let them construct and furnish the tabernacle just as Yahweh had commanded. So Moses summoned Bazaleel and Aholiab and all the others who were specially gifted by Yahweh and were eager to get to work, man. They were eager to get to work, man. You shouldn't be, someone shouldn't have to force you to come out here and, teach. Force you to put up videos, man, to do lessons, to, to study the words. No one should have to force you. No one should be babysitting you and nagging you to do it. You should be eager to do it, right? Verse 3 says, Moses gave them the materials donated by the people of Israel as sacred gifts for the completion of the sanctuary. But the people continue to bring additional gifts each morning, right? Hey, you might be like, hey, I should read read one chapter a day. But the Spirit should be on you. Hey, let me do 2. Hey, let me do 3. Let me pray. You should always want to do more, right? Verse 4 says, finally the craftsmen who were working on the sanctuary left their work. Then they went to Moses and reported, the people have given more than enough material to complete the job that Yahweh had commanded us to do. So Moses gave the command, and this message was sent throughout the camp. Men and women, don't prepare any more gifts for the sanctuary. We have enough. So the people stopped bringing their sacred offerings. Their contributions were more than enough to complete the whole project, right? Right, and our contributions to the Lord, we should be making sure that our contributions are more than enough, right, to build up the tabernacle of David, man. Because at the end of the day, man, we're looking forward to the kingdom, man. Right, that's what you should be looking forward to, right? Hey, man, and that's the lesson, man. That's all I gotta say. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, and Kwam Yasharallah.